Okay, let's get to it again. Don't you just love working on these old Chevrolet vans? Okay, engine hesitation at startup, or not at startup, at acceleration from dead stop or when mashing down on it. I think I've heard a little vacuum leak, and so we've been checking, and you can't hardly see it. I don't think I can show it to you because I think the camera's going to flip upside down. But underneath this battery tray is the little vacuum reservoir. And it has a vacuum line running from the back there that goes to the temperature control valve and other things where it goes into the dash for the switch. And underneath this tray there is, the line, the little vacuum line connects to it, and you just can't see it in there. If I decide to do this today, take the battery out, take the battery tray out, I may be able to fix this part without doing that. Unplug that vacuum line and replace it, maybe splice it. But the culprit in this part of it is the new DiHard that this one replaced. We had a bad DiHard. They replaced it under warranty. We drove it a few days and it was leaking acid out of the caps on both sides. And it ran down. I'm glad I caught it when I did. But you can see it ran down. There's some yellow acid residue there. Anyway, it dropped down on that little vacuum line, and it has eaten that little vacuum line up. So we're going to have to replace that section at least. So at least one problem has been caused by the DiHard battery. We'll get to that vacuum line, get it replaced, see if that gets the whole hesitation out of the way. But I think I've been hearing a vacuum line leak anyway. And we replaced the AC control module, heat-back control module. Had to pull the dash off, lower the steering column, all that mess to get to it. And I think I'm hearing a whistling behind there. So I think I've got 2 vacuum leaks causing this engine hesitation. We'll have to get into it a little bit more. But the original whole culprit on the outside here was good old DiHard, a brand new one, leaking acid, and it corroded that little vacuum line. And now we've got to replace it. I'm going to definitely try to get this section replaced today and see if that stops a major problem. But there is that little line going to, there it is, right there. You can see it going to the vacuum canister, which is right underneath the battery box. So we'll do that and then see how that does, and then decide whether we're going to go further with it or not. Frank's grandson's working on his motorcycle. We may do a video of that. He's rebuilding the carburetor. He's got it torn down and cleaned up, or finished cleaning it up in the process, and has a rebuild kit for it that he will be working on. See how that works out. Okay, let's wrap this one up and get it uploaded. Okay, additionally, in diagnosing this vacuum leak, we're also going to do a review of this Husky magnetic triple light. I love this thing. It's got magnets there that you can stand it there. It's got magnets over here. It is a 3 light setup. And it also has leak detector built right in, rechargeable. It's a very strong magnet. So you've got spot, you've got that. So you've got a very good magnet. This thing moves around all kinds of ways, and we use that to get down there and see our vacuum line. I really like this little hefty or husky light, and we will tag it on the video. I think it was, how much was this thing? $25, $29, I don't know, but it's worth it for me at least.